So hello everyone. Today we have an interesting video for you. As we know that the appraisal season is upcoming and your managers or your seniors who are responsible for analyzing your performance as a CRA would often use this term that your metrics are not correct or your metrics are not good. But a lot of CRAs I have seen that they do not understand the meaning of metrics. They do not know what their metrics are and based on what your performance is judged. So it is always a good idea to know what are the CRA metrics, how we can improve these metrics, and how we can progress in our career. Make sure you watch this video till the end so that you're not only a good CRA but also a smart CRA. Without further ado, let's start. So in this particular session, we would understand that what exactly are CRA metrics and what do you mean by CRA metrics. We will see which are the key metrics for CRAs, how to manage them, what are the proactive measures that we can take, as well as how CRA performance is managed, and how we can progress in clinical research career being at a CRA role. So let's start. So first and foremost, let us understand what exactly do you mean by CRA metrics. So CRA metrics is nothing but they are data points that can help with assessment of CRA performance and help with performance management also. So if you are a CRA, then these metrics are something which helps the management to understand how is your performance and how that performance can be managed. Now CRA metrics helps your manager to assess your performance as well as they see a lot of parameters such as your progress, site handling, decision making. They also see your strength in operational performance, and that is through all the assigned clinical trial that you have been handled. Okay, so once you handle your site, there are various parameters based on which you are judged. Now that you understand what are CRA metrics, now let us see which are the key metrics. So the first key metrics is days on site. Now as you know, CRA job is a traveling job, and the sponsor pays the CRA to travel to the site and to have their monitoring visit, the quality control method to ensure that the client is having a trial which is functioning properly at the site. So days on site for a CRA travel is the main study requirement, and you are required to travel to monitor the clinical trial, and it also shows your ability to handle multiple sites. So if you are good at handling the travel, then you're very good to be given diverse site and to gain diverse experience. And you need to understand that at the end of the day it is a traveling job, and if you're not good at traveling, if you're always complaining that I'm having so much travel that I can manage, then this can negatively affect on your performance, this can negatively affect on your progress. Now I understand that traveling is a subjective matter, some people like it, some people don't, but when you are in a CRA role you have to travel, and days on site are one of the most important metrics which they calculate at the end when they do your appraisals. So make sure that you clearly know how many days you have traveled when you sit at the negotiation table for your next appraisal. Next metric is your action items and the open queries. So action items and the queries are generated from the sites allotted. So how many action items have you opened for a particular site? How many queries are open in the EDC for your site? How you are managing those queries? How you are closing those queries as per study requirement, as per DBL requirement? So it is very important that you maintain a delicate balance, that you know how many action items that you have to open, and you should be able to close also. So if the action items are overdue, if you're not able to close them, that it negatively affects your report, it negatively affects your performance, it shows your sites in red zone, and this will lead to your image being tarnished. So make sure that the action item, the queries are in a balance so that it shows your performance that there were queries, but you were able to handle it or you were able to close it. It shows how you're functioning with the site, how you're gaining the support, and how you are ensuring that the site is functioning as per clinical trial requirements. So again, you have to make sure that your action items and open queries are well managed. Next thing is reports, and this is one of the most critical criteria. I've seen CRAs who do excellent monitoring visit but are not good with reports. Now, once you complete your monitoring visit, you're supposed to document, and that is the core part of your job. So if you have reports that are pending to be finalized, okay, so a lot of companies, CROs have certain deadlines or timelines within which you should submit. So ideally, I would suggest that you submit your report in the first 5 days of your monitoring, and you need to finalize those report with suggested changes within the first 10 days. And this is a sponsor requirement also worldwide, so it is an unwritten rule in clinical research business that the CRAs are supposed to finalize the report within the 10 days of his monitoring. So I understand that when it comes to documenting, it is a laborious, tiresome job, and you have to do it. So make sure that your reports are not overdue, because a good CRA with pending reports is not a good CRA. Thanks, but no thanks. So make sure all the reports are finished off within the time, they are approved in time, the follow-up letters are sent to the site in time, and this particular activity will enhance your confidence also, and as well as let the sponsor know from whom the business comes that you're a good CRA and you do not delay your reports in any cost. This is another fundamental parameter on which your performance is judged. And finally, the billable hours. See, at the end of the day, the hours or how much work you're doing for the sponsor generates revenue for your company. CRA billables to the sponsor are directly related and linked to your productivity, and it is also directly linked to revenue also. So the more business that you generate for your CRO, the more valuable asset that you are to the company. Okay, so make sure that you enter proper billable hours, make sure you work hard, and make sure that is documented also, because a person who is working hard but is not billing to the sponsor, as well as the person who is working mediocre but is billing the hours that he's working for, so the revenue would be more, and this person would be more valuable than you despite of doing the hard work. So hard work is the key to success, but along with that, managing your key metrics as well as billing for that particular hours that you have worked on the clinical trial are also one of the key parameters which generates revenue and which helps the sponsor maintain the clinical trial, as well as it helps your company to give you a good raise. So make sure all these four parameters that you understand, and you know your appraisal, you are clearly equipped with numbers, that how many days did you travel, how many action item do you have overdue, how is the report, is there any report deviated, and how are your billable hours. These are the four important metrics that will make or break your appraisal decision as well as your promotions. Now if you want to make a successful CRA career, so there are some key learnings that I have observed through my 6 to 7 years of experience, and I can wholeheartedly say that you need to be proactive. When I say proactive, it means that you need to be pro in assessment of site issue and managing the site. The risk assessment and the issue assessment is very critical, because you know how the site is functioning, you go there on site, so you understand why the mistake is happening, and you make sure that you resolve it then and there, so that it doesn't uh, create catastrophe out of a small disaster. Okay, so make sure that all the site issues and site queries are managed, you assess the risk and make sure you implement the resolution also. These are some proactive measure which will make you an amazing CRA, and it will also elevate your ranking among the files. Next thing is connection. So I've seen a lot of CRAs who do not connect with their colleagues, and they do not have shared learnings. Okay, because it is not that you have only faced this problem, there are countless problems that everyone faces. So if you talk to your colleague, they would help you understand that what was the problem, how they came out of it. So it is a good learning experience. Instead of facing that challenge and then asking for solution, go ahead, connect with them, ask them did they face any problem, how did they manage them, so that in future if you have any issues, you can address this. As well as when you meet to the sponsors, to the industry expert, make sure you interact with them, make sure you have good connections, because doing the hard work is one of the part of your job, but making connections, taking help from your colleagues, interacting with industry expert is something which will help you learn beyond the scope of your job, and it will also help you move ahead in your career also. So make sure that you focus on connections also and shared learnings. Next part is experience. Now, when you're a CRA, you manage the site, you manage the trial, and site and trial management are something which comes through experience. So make sure there is a learning curve for you. You learn throughout your career and make sure you do not repeat those mistakes. So make sure you have a diary of career learning. You write down all the mistakes you made, you write down how you came out of it, so that you would not make the same mistake and you add your career learnings into it. At the end of 5 years, 6 years, you would have a lot of case studies which you can share it with your colleagues, you can share it with the juniors to help them not make the same mistake and help them understand how the learning should be, how the CRA career should progress. So make sure that you understand key learnings, make sure you understand how to progress in a CRA career. And if you follow these methods, you are going to be one of the amazing CRAs that anyone has ever seen. So thank you for watching this video. I hope I was able to help you understand what are CRA metrics and how the metrics should be handled by you, and how you can ace your next promotion, and how you can ace your next appraisal. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. This is the only way that you can show appreciation to our channel, and make sure that we grow together. So thank you for watching this video.